and welcome to the Super Saturday debate. But before we head for the discussion this Saturday, here's some big breaking news coming in. And this has got to do with Justice Yashwant Verma. The Chief Justice of India has now set up a 3-judge panel to conduct inquiry in the case relating to Justice Yashwant Verma. And Justice Verma has also now been de-rostered. All these details will be given to us by our legal correspondent Ananya Bhatnagar, who should be joining us anytime now. Ananya, thank you so much for speaking to us. But Ananya, what does this essentially mean? The 3-judge panel, one, who are the people who are now going to be investigating? And second, de-rostering Justice Verma, what are the implications?
Well, this is a very, very crucial step. And most importantly, Pallavi, this 3-member panel, which would be headed by the Chief Justices of Punjab and Haryana High Court, Karnataka High Court, and
Okay, I'm going to try and reconnect with Ananya on this, but essentially what you was telling us is that this 3-member panel set up by the Chief Justice of India to investigate into a case relating to Justice Yashwant Verma are the Chief Justices of Punjab, Karnataka as well as Haryana. And apart from this, for now, till the investigation is pending and the report is out, Justice Yashwant Verma has now been de-rostered. So effectively, okay, Ananya is back with us. Yes, Ananya.
well, the bolder step that has come out from the judiciary is that they will be uploading all the kind of responses in the report, most importantly, that is submitted by the Delhi High Court Chief Justice Devendra Kumar Upadhyay as far as the conduct of Justice Yashwant Verma is concerned. It's a bolder step coming out from the judiciary as well, where one of them is under the scanner over a huge pile of cash being recovered from their spaces. And this is something, that is a welcome step that could be seen as far as the transparency in judiciary is concerned, because in the last 48 hours, a lot has been raised on the judiciary of the country as well. And, the whole institution has been blotted by the kind of allegations that have come out against Justice Verma. And the questions are being raised on one of the pillars of democracy. And this is something, in order to tackle all those questions, the Supreme Court collegium has unanimously, somewhere or the other, thought that, these reports should be published. And what would be there in those reports is something that would be very, very crucial, because definitely there is some kind of evidence that a 3-member panel, the collegium felt that, a 3-member panel should be set up in order to inquire against Justice Yashwant Verma. There is some substance as far as these allegations are concerned. But when these reports come out, a lot is going out to come into the public. And so that is what we have to now wait for. And what would be there in those reports is something that we'll have to wait for.
Yes, and we're going to keep coming back to you for all those details. This certainly was the big story yesterday, and now the Chief Justice of India himself has set up a 3-member panel. Many thanks, Ananya, for giving us this breaking news this evening. Okay, I'm just going to go back to our top story through the day, and this is the meeting which was taking place in Chennai earlier today to what they called Unfair Delimitation, the Joint Action Committee which had been set up to look into a matter and led by the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, who in fact hosted this meeting in Chennai, held its first meeting, and it's going to be followed up by the next one in Hyderabad. It was attended by various political leaders, including the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar, the Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy, Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwat Mann, the Kerala CM Pinarayi Vijayan, Orissa Congress President Bhakt Charan Das, Biju Janata Dal leader Sanjay Kumar Das, among others, putting pressure on the centre over the demand for a formal commitment for what they call fair delimitation. Opposition CMs and leaders have now resolved to submit a joint representation to the Prime Minister of India during the ongoing Parliament session. They've demanded transparency from the central government over any delimitation exercise. The Joint Action Committee, or the JAC, has asked for extending the freeze on parliamentary constituencies, which was based on a 1971 census population, for the next 25 years. BJP, however, has hit back at the DMK, calling it an unwanted exercise which is merely a cover-up for the corruption of the DMK government. Delimitation exercise storm has now picked up. Is it a fair demand by the JAC, or is it a mere diversionary tactic? That's the big question which we are asking this evening on the Super Saturday debate.
we have a big challenge facing the country. BJP is implementing a policy of demographic penalty. We are one country, we respect it. But we cannot accept this proposed delimitation because of it will politically limit us.
The very foundation of democracy and federalism, which is under threat.
साउथ को क्या पॉपुलेशन कंट्रोल करने की सजा मिल रही है?
Today he has invited Kerala CM to come to Chennai for an artificial issue which he has created, which has got no rational basis.
My message is today the meeting is an unwanted meeting. The DMK government is conducting this meeting to hide their misgovernance, their corruption charges.
Okay, joining me this evening are my panel of experts: Rajat Sethi, political analyst; Salem Dharnidharan, DMK spokesperson; Srinivas Reddy Kumbam, who's a spokesperson for the Congress party; Mr. Pranay Agarwal, who's also a political analyst. I'm going to start with the DMK first. Mr. Dharnidharan, why, there have been repeated reassurances which have been given by the Home Minister on the floor of the House. Outside, the central government is saying that you are just being very alarmist. Why is it really such a big issue that you had to hold this meeting today in Chennai? And not just that, also try to cobble up a kind of a front of other political leaders of other political parties as well.
I think it's much bigger issue than we all have envisaged, because it basically tests the basic fabric of the democracy in this country. I'll tell you the reason why. See, unlike a work bill or any other bill, delimitation does not need any bill. When December 31st, 2025 lapse and January 1st, 2026 will come, so delimitation will happen based on the population. So it is per the Constitution, Article 82, which says a parliamentary constituency is freezed to 7.5 lakh people. But that was frozen in 76 and then in 2000 subsequently, because not to disincentivize states that were proper in population control. Now, both the Prime Minister and the Home Minister Amit Shah has never told that the proportion of seats of Tamil Nadu, 7.18%, won't be reduced. They have said that numbers won't reduce. Of course, the numbers won't reduce because the numbers will increase. Tamil Nadu's population has increased compared to 71. But in proportion to other states like Uttar Pradesh, for example, from 70s, population in comparison to Tamil Nadu has increased by 4 times. Tamil Nadu's population increased only by 2 times. So what we want is that assurance that 7.18% won't be reduced. They are only saying pro rata. But in Parliament, why don't they come and say, we'll bring about, we'll make sure that it won't go below 7.18%. Or the Prime Minister can say, we're bringing an amendment and can bring about an amendment and freeze it for 25 years or 30 years, like my Chief Minister has called, like how Vajpayee did. So why are you not giving those two assurances? You're playing with numbers here. You're saying numbers won't reduce, but numbers not equivalent to proportion. Let's say parliamentary seat goes up to 1,000. Right, but then seats in Uttar Pradesh will go to 160. Seats in Tamil Nadu will increase by 949, which means the proportion of seats will further reduce. And I'll tell you why this is a major threat to the democracy in this country. So the TFR rate of southern states is lower than 1.6, 1.7, and of certain North Indian states, certain states are in the range of 3. Which means if you're going to redraw constituencies based on population, after every decadal census, the proportion of population in southern states will keep reducing, which means by 2020, the proportion of representation in southern states will be only 10%, right, from the existing 25%. So let's say if the parliamentarian goes up to 1,500 in 2050, hypothetically, then only 150 parliamentarians, which means any union government, now BJP, any other party in the future, would not need South to win elections. But again, the strange part is that South are the net givers, right, in the federal structure. That is, we get only 30 to 40 paise back. Okay. But then the certain Hindi states get about 3 times of what they contribute, 3 rupees or 2.5 to 4 rupees for every 1 rupee they contribute, which means that we send the money but we don't get to choose the government that we want to elect. So they choose the government, but money goes from us and you impose policy on us. You combine it with new education policy or not giving funds for Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. We as a party are against centrally sponsored scheme itself. So then you will bring hundreds of centrally sponsored scheme that will benefit your voters, any party, right? So which will benefit their voters, because human beings are rational actors, political parties are rational actors. So they only want to do for the electorate. So that policies will suit them, that will be enforced on it, but money will grow from us. So this way a democracy cannot work.
Okay, I'm just going to come back to you. No, wait, I'll just come back to you. I want to ask this to you, Mr. Sethi. Why is it being dismissed off as a diversionary tactic by the DMK government? There are elections which are going to take place next year. This whole issue of corruption, scam and allegations can always be taken up later. But there may be a genuine concern which is there among the southern states, particularly in this case Tamil Nadu, that our representation will go down in parliament, because in any case, if it's the BJP in power at the centre, the perception is that it's a north-heavy parliament or a north-heavy government.
Well, Pallavi ji, good evening to you and a pleasure to be on your show. Good evening to my fellow panelists also. Here are my sort of understanding of how I'm trying to analyze the situation. Around 2024 elections, right before that election, you look at all the southern states, all these southern states had put up these holdings which had big zero number written on it, that center has not allocated any resource to any of the southern states. It was clearly, a strategy driven around elections and electioneering, and nothing more than that. And we saw it was huge drama. Chennai, Telangana, Hyderabad specifically, Bangalore, there were these huge 80 feet hoardings done. And the aim of those hoardings was to create a sense of anxiety among the citizens in southern India. There were some loose remarks which were made by the brother of DK Shivkumar also, when he said that why should we worry? We should separate ourselves. We don't have problem with Pakistan and with China. That statement incidentally was picked up by the Foreign Office of Pakistan. Similarly, we also saw that the former Chief Minister of Telangana, KCR Garu, he also said that why don't we start thinking about United States of Southern India? So what I'm unable to understand is that why does this fear stoking happen? And by the way, I'm not quoting anything from my side. These are all in public domain. Why is this fear stoked around only at the time of elections? So there is something absolutely sinister to it. Secondly, what I wanted to state here is that has the government or has the parliament sort of tabled a bill on it? Has there been a process which has started or kick-started, wherein it has been written that these are the proposed number of seats? Where is this fear psychosis being built around? If you go by this logic,
Article 82.
One second.
Mr. Sethi, if we could just...
The only public mention that has been made by Honorable Home Minister was that it will be done on a pro rata basis.
Okay.
It is as clear as it can get by none other than the Home Minister of our country. Now, they will very conveniently omit that remark. They will say that no clarity has been given when the clarity has been given by the Home Minister itself. Last point, Pallaviji. There are certain cities, even in North India, where the population has considerably dropped vis-a-vis the rural parts of the same state. Even in Uttar Pradesh, there are at least 20 odd cities. Tomorrow, the citizens of those cities will also come up and say that our demographic representation has gone down. Why should we suffer and why should the rural India take the benefit of it? So this entire narrative can go into multiple illogical directions.
Okay.
So one has to ensure
I'll just come back to Mr. Sethi. Because we've got two other panelists. We need to also go to them. I want to go to you first, Mr. Srinivas Reddy. I noticed that your representatives, one of them was from Odisha, two of them are from the southern state. No one was coming in from the north at this meeting which took place later today. When you're going to feel for what the point is being raised by the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, would you also see this as an acknowledgement of the fact that the Congress has no stakes in North India? They have no hope of coming back to power in, say, Uttar Pradesh or be relevant there or Madhya Pradesh? Because again, this whole argument is by the southern states that South will be left out. Why shouldn't the North matter to the Congress party then?
Yeah, good evening, Pallavi. First of all, I do not agree with your statement that Congress would not come back to power in North India.
I'm asking you that. I'm not saying, I'm just asking.
Definitely in the next election, we'll see who is going to come to power that way.
Okay.
And whether it is going to be the Congress party or the BJP, we'll see about that. But right now, the subject here is about the fair delimitation issue. We are not talking about anything else, but the parties which met here or the CMs or the representatives who all have come to Chennai today are only talking about fair representation. And as Mr. Sethi was saying, that there's nothing which has started the debate. Yes, there is something which has started the debate. When the Prime Minister inaugurated the Parliament House, he has stated that this Parliament House is built for 1,000 MPs. And when they say 1,000 MPs, and they are saying that delimitation is going to take place, 84th Amendment says 2026 is the date for delimitation process to start. It was done earlier in 2021, 2026. And if they are saying it's going to be purely on population basis, definitely South is definitely going to lose. That is the only point here. Most of the states which, it is as though like states which have abided by what the government wanted are being perversely rewarded right now if this goes on. So they want to make their stand very clear and state facts that we are not going to accept if anything is going to be done as per the population, because 24% of the representation is from South India as of today.
Okay.
And if we go as per population, it might go as our friend from DMK has said, that it might go up to 10 to 15% because the population is under control in South India. But if we are the same South India contributes to 36% of the GDP. If we are talking in terms of that, if we are talking in terms of fair delimitation, let us talk in terms of fiscal debate also. Because when we contribute 36%, let us give 36% to South. Telangana, for example, the population of Telangana is only 2.6% of India's population, but we give a GDP of about 5.6% to the income to the country.
One minute. I'll take in a quick word from Mr. Agarwal as well. Mr. Agarwal, tell me something, Pranay. The point is that I saw the Tamil Nadu unit of the BJP protesting this demand for a fair delimitation. Obviously, the BJP also wants to do well in the Tamil Nadu elections, which are going to take place next year. Do you think the fact that they are speaking out against delimitation objections coming in from the DMK could hurt their chances in Tamil Nadu, or is the BJP more concerned about the northern states?
Absolutely not, Pallavi ji. The BJP is making very sincere efforts to make inroads into Tamil Nadu politics, and it has been doing so, I would say, slowly but successfully. So in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, BJP had crossed double digits in terms of vote share in Tamil Nadu. And that is what is creating this fear psychosis amongst the, in the leadership of the DMK. It is political fear.
One minute. Then, Mr. Agarwal, if you're going to resist this whole demand for a fair delimitation, will that not hurt the BJP in Tamil Nadu is what I'm asking, in the southern states?
Definitely not, because the union government on the floor of parliament, the union home minister in a public rally in Coimbatore has said in very, categorically that there will be no loss of even one seat to even one of the southern states on a pro rata basis. Okay. So coming from the highest echelons of the government of the day, I mean, I don't know what then, necessitates such fear mongering except for electoral insecurity of the DMK, sorry. So because the BJP has been gaining ground in Tamil Nadu politics and DMK is trying to, cover up frankly, the people's fatigue with its 10-year rule, and there's this anti-incumbency, corruption allegations, etc. So it is a diversionary tactic after all. Okay. Also appreciate BJP is a national party. So it is taking, I would say, a nationwide view, while these regional satraps, they are confined to their, home states. So Stalin is calling a meeting of the southern state CMs, not out of a genuine concern, but to position himself as a strong regional leader against the BJP, because he's fearing the party's decline. Delimitation, you must tell your viewers, it is a democratic and constitutional process. It is mandated by the constitution under Article 82. And it follows a very transparent process through an independent commission whose members are all free from political bias, and they are all constitutional office holders. The Delimitation Commission is, it has a retired judge of the Supreme Court. It has the chief election commissioner or one of the other election commissioners appointed by him, and the state election commissioners of the respective states. And this, rhetoric of the DMK also stems from its, broader history of, I would say, anti-Hindi, anti-North agitation, which is in its political DNA, very frankly. So DMK has been running this decades-long divisive politics, based on linguistic chauvinism and having more children, and now this.
I'm going to give one more possibly last word, depending on how much time we had, to Mr. Dhanidharan. Will this become the focus of your electoral slogan for 2026, delimitation? Because then possibly you're going to prove the BJP right, who are going to say that it's still a long way to go, but the DMK wants to make this an issue because obviously they are playing to a gallery, and in this case the gallery of course refers to elections.
See, DMK as a party is not something which does things for elections. Now, right from 1949, we have stood firm on Hindi imposition, we have stood firm on federalism, we have stood firm for state rights. Unlike Prime Minister Modi, when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat, spoke for federalism, and when he became the Prime Minister, he became a centralizing force. I'll tell you the ranting monologue. BJP, if they stand alone, won't get more than 3% in Tamil Nadu. Last time they cobbled up 10 parties together, 3 sitting chief ministers, 3 former chief ministers, 1 sitting union minister for state, 1 former governor. If they get more than 3% standing alone, I'll quit politics. Open statement, because BJP is nowhere present in Tamil Nadu. They don't have booth level workers. But more importantly, I've explained time and again, right? Delimitation is going to happen in 8 months, right? Because 2026 it will lapse. That is why the urgency. That's what I'm reiterating again.
So that's the urgency.
We want the Article 82 to be.
Yeah,
amended
it's fair that I give the others a chance also. We are really running out of time. So quick, small, short replies. Mr. Sethi, is the BJP making a mistake by harping on the fact that delimitation is just a cover-up operation by the DMK government? Very quickly, short replies, please.
Yeah, and I think if there is a sense of doubt which is being created, BJP should be quick in terms of responding and come out with the proposal. I mean, Honorable Home Minister has already made a statement. Let it be tabled on the floor of the House so that all these fears are allayed immediately, and they will get a chance to move away from
Mr. Reddy, the Trinamool Congress didn't turn up. Samajwadi Party did not turn up. Would you also see today's meeting as withering away further of the India bloc? Short reply, please.
I do not see that as that, but definitely all those parties which are aggrieved here have come. South states are the ones which are going to lose in this debate, and being a son of the South, definitely any person from South would definitely be there. Any state which is being, because of the delimitation, something gets affected. It is South India. So definitely people from South, if they are gathering together, I don't see any reason why anybody should, because if they say it is a fear psychosis or whatever, let them say that, because what is happening is that the fact remains that they are not coming out in the open.
Okay. One last word to Mr. Agarwal. No, before I close the show, my last word to Mr. Agarwal. Mr. Agarwal, where do you see this heading? Don't you think that the central government needs to clarify on the floor of the House once again, despite the fact that Mr. Amit Shah has been doing so? After all, the BJP also has its stakes down south. Very quickly, we are absolutely out of time.
Absolutely, it does not hurt the case of the BJP politically or the union government if it is to offer more clarification, given the kind of, misinformation which is being spread. To the southern parties, I would say that population shifts necessitate a fair redistribution of seats to ensure that all regions and all segments of the population are adequately represented.
Okay.
And you cannot ignore demographic realities for long.
Okay.